It's not going to stop people that want to do crime. It's not going to stop anybody to say, oh.
Yep. Okay, it'll take 5 seconds. The reason we're out here is we're obviously gun violence.
Well,
got the Ultima OTBs on.
Yeah, no. So the reason why we're here is.
Listen, I'm not getting up. I have no problem making this.
I just want to see if anybody from 3 Precinct can respond as well.
No, help me up. No, you're gonna stay on the ground and put your right arm behind your back. Let me breathe. You can breathe just fine. I'm gonna.
Medics, even a canine team like Bane here, who has a specific mission.
Detecting human scent.
Number 5, sus gun control visits. All right, buckle up for a wild ride into the murky world of gun control and government overreach. You're chilling at home, minding your own business, maybe cleaning your guns or watching some YouTube when suddenly, bam, you've got ATF agents knocking on your door like they're selling Girl Scout cookies, except they're not here for Thin Mints. According to a video making the rounds, these ATF visits aren't just random pop-ins to say hi. Nope, they're part of a bigger game. One that involves the Biden administration's federal firearms license system and some questionable maneuvers by the ATF. Now, before you start thinking this is just another conspiracy theory cooked up by folks wearing tinfoil hats, let's break it down. The narrator of the video suggests that these visits might not be as innocent as they seem. In fact, they hint at something much more sinister lurking beneath the surface. It's like the government is playing a game of whack-a-mole, except instead of moles, they're going after anyone who might not be singing the same tune as them on gun control. And here's where it gets juicy. There's talk that these visits could be crossing some legal lines. Imagine if the ATF showed up at your door without so much as a warrant, asking to check out your gun collection. That's like your nosy neighbor popping over uninvited and rummaging through your stuff while you're not looking. Not cool, right? Now, I'm not saying the Biden administration is out here sending the ATF on some kind of witch hunt, but let's be real, it's not exactly a secret that they're pushing for tighter gun control measures, and when you've got government agencies making surprise house calls, it's hard not to raise an eyebrow or two. So whether these visits are just a case of bureaucratic bumbling or something more sinister, one thing's for sure, it's got people talking, and not in a good way, because when it comes to our rights, especially our Second Amendment rights,
it's not going to stop people that want to do crime. It's not going to stop anybody to say, oh.
Yep.
Okay, it'll take 5 seconds.
The reason we're out here is we're obviously gun violence.
You can't buy a ghost gun anymore, because guess what? Somebody's going to start doing it in their basement.
If you can unload them and bring them out, or you can go out to your...
It's always worth keeping a close eye on what Uncle Sam is up to. Number 4, Chicago's urgent manhunt. There's some serious drama going down in the Windy City. An ATF agent gets caught up in a wild ambush right smack dab in the heart of Chicago's South Side, where gun violence is unfortunately as common as deep dish pizza. Yep, you heard it right. This brave agent was just doing their thing when suddenly they found themselves staring down the barrel of some serious trouble. Shots were fired, chaos ensued, and bam, the agent takes a bullet to the face. Talk about a close call. Now here's where it gets even crazier. Our hero, because let's face it, anyone facing down that kind of danger deserves the title, gets rushed to the hospital in critical condition. But hey, there's a silver lining. Word on the street is that they're actually improving. Now that's what I call resilience. But hold on to your hats, because this ain't no isolated incident. Nope, not by a long shot. Turns out this is the 4th time in just a year that law enforcement officers have been targeted in that same area. You can bet your bottom dollar that's got the authorities all riled up and ready to roll. So what's the game plan? Well, you better believe they're not sitting around twiddling their thumbs. The ATF and the Chicago PD have teamed up to form a supercharged strike force.
I've ordered specialized units into the area.
Harming others, they can cause a lot of destruction.
To ensure the safety of the community residents.
And when they fall into the hands of individuals who are not supposed to have them.
The wounded agent is part of Chicago's gun strike force formed last year to track down illegal guns.
The single suspect in this case is a white male, and this is pending confirmation, but we believe the suspect to be
hell-bent on taking down those responsible and putting an end to the illegal gun trade. And let me tell you, it's not just about flashy operations and tough talk. These folks mean business. They've already managed to confiscate over 2,500 illegal firearms this year alone. That's some serious progress, but there's still work to be done. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about statistics and headlines. It's about keeping our streets safe for everyone, from the youngest members of our community to the bravest among us who put their lives on the line every single day. So, if you're in the Windy City or anywhere else for that matter, stay vigilant, stay safe, and remember, we're all in this together. Number 3. FRT controversy unveiled. In a recent encounter that stirred up quite the buzz, an ATF agent found herself in hot water after attempting to confront a former member of SEAL Team 6 over his purchases of forced reset triggers. Yep, you heard that right. It's like a scene out of a spy thriller, only it's happening in real life. Now, if you're wondering what the big deal is about these FRTs, let me break it down for you. They're these nifty little gadgets that can modify a firearm to fire more rapidly, and apparently they've got the ATF all riled up. So when this ex-SEAL Team 6 contractor caught wind of the ATF snooping around his purchases, he wasn't exactly thrilled. The whole exchange was captured on video, and let me tell you, it's like watching a showdown between David and Goliath, except in this case, David's got some serious military training under his belt.
The ATF claims that they're making rules, but there's been no vote.
The force reset triggers as machine guns.
No,
again, but it's,
I don't want. Listen, right now I seem like a huge dick. Like I'm like fuck you guys, but I really don't feel that way at all. We specialize in right now we have a contract with SEAL Team 6. Actually, we make their in good faith. When I make the gear for every high-end special operations unit in America right now, got the Ultima OTBs on. So.
Yeah, no. So the reason why we're here is
that's all I do. That's all I do is support these freedom fighters. A lot of law enforcement SWAT guys. I own the company Moonlight Industries.
Okay. Oh, really?
So we make
The contractor, cool as a cucumber, refuses to play ball with the ATF, questioning their authority and demanding to see a warrant. And can you blame him? Privacy is a big deal these days, especially with all the digital surveillance going on. But here's where things really take a turn. Observers couldn't help but notice the ATF agent's questionable choice of gear. I mean, we're talking about an AR-500 gong in her plate carrier. Now, call me old-fashioned, but shouldn't law enforcement professionals be, I don't know, a tad more discreet? It's like showing up to a job interview wearing flip-flops. Just not a good look. The whole debacle has sparked a larger conversation about law enforcement overreach and the complexities of arm regulation in the good old US of A. It's got people questioning where the line should be drawn between keeping us safe and invading our privacy. So the next time you hear a knock on your door and it's the ATF asking about your latest online purchases, just remember, you've got rights, and you don't have to hand over anything without a warrant. And maybe, just maybe, considering investing in some more inconspicuous gear if you're in the business of enforcing the law. Number 2. ATF agent versus cops. Picture this. It's a regular day in Columbus, Ohio, but things quickly go haywire when ATF agent James Burke decides to knock on a door to retrieve a weapon from someone not supposed to have it. You'd think it's just another day on the job for a federal agent, right? Well, buckle up because this situation takes a wild turn. As Agent Burke raps on the door, probably expecting a quick exchange and then off to the next task, little did he know that he was about to be tangled in a mess of misunderstanding and miscommunication. The occupant inside freaks out, thinking Burke is some kind of intruder, and does what most of us would do in a pinch, dials 911. Cue the entrance of our local heroes, Columbus police officers Joseph Fiji and Kevin Wenchel. Now, you'd expect law enforcement to have each other's backs, right? Wrong. Despite Burke flashing his federal badge like a superhero revealing his secret identity, these officers ain't having it. They order Burke to hit the ground faster than you can say red tape. But does Burke comply? Of course not. He's got federal authority coursing through his veins, and he's not about to let some local cops tell him what to do. What ensues is a standoff more intense than a showdown in a spaghetti western. Burke's asserting his federal status like a boss, while Fiji and Wenchel are laying down the law like it's high noon in the Wild West.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Fine. Why do you got to make this harder than it is? Why wouldn't you show me your ID when I got here? Don't move forward.
Listen, I'm not getting out.
I have no problem making this.
I just want to see if anybody from 3 Precinct can respond as well.
Federal agent.
Get on the ground.
10-3.
Why would you make us do this? I didn't want you to. I wanted to. Wait. No,
hold him. I'm knocking the door.
Get your taser out, Joe.
No, don't do that, please. Sir. Relax.
Hold him.
Hey, guys, please, just talk to me for 1 second, please. Get in the...
No.
Help me up.
No, you're going to stay on the ground and put your right arm behind your back.
Let me breathe. Let me breathe.
You can
I'm
breathe
gonna.
just fine.
I'm gonna.
No, wait.
Talk later. Sir, wait. You had your chance. No, I was trying to give you my creds. You didn't let me... Ow, don't do that. Okay, here.
It's a clash of jurisdictions, a battle of egos, and a whole lot of confusion. In the end, Burke gets cuffed, tased, and thrown in the back of a squad car, all for just trying to do his job. But the drama doesn't end there. Nope, this tale is far from over. With lawsuits flying and fingers pointing, it's a legal showdown for the ages. So what's the moral of the story? Well, when federal authority meets local law enforcement, things can get messier than a plate of spaghetti dropped on the floor. And in the streets of Columbus, Ohio, on that fateful day in July, it was Agent Burke caught in the crossfire of misunderstanding and mayhem. Number 1. Tampa Bay crime crackdown. Imagine this, a crack team of federal agents, tactical experts, and a canine unit named Bane swooping into Tampa Bay to take down some serious criminals. These guys aren't messing around. They've been training for months, honing their skills to perfection. And when they finally get the green light, it's all systems go. Their target? Derek Farmer, a notorious blood gang member with more arrests than you can shake a stick at. With guns blazing and adrenaline pumping, they storm in and take him down. But it's not just about the thrill. These agents are on a mission to make our streets safer. And boy, do they deliver.
Medics, even a canine team like Bane here, who has a specific mission.
Detecting human scent.
Dozens of guns and lots of drugs off the streets of Hillsborough County tonight. The sheriff's office and ATF.
After months of investigating and undercover work,
Cut to line clear.
51 violent criminals off the streets.
Locating people and then apprehending them.
Just announcing a 4-month crackdown that took
3 guns and a heap of drugs later, they've made a serious dent in the criminal underworld. Hats off to these real-life heroes, putting their lives on the line to keep us all safe. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.